એમ કહેવાય છે that out of adversity comes opportunity. while हमना अपने एवा सिचुएशन में छे जहाँ पर अपना वास्ते to go back in the shell and to go back in a mode of complaining અને to go back in the mode of cribbing એ ઘણું જાયઝ છે અને but એવા ઘણા businesses છે એવા ટાઈમમાં who are taking a next step, they are moving forward and not just plan કરી રહ્યા છે but then એ લોકો implement કરી રહ્યા છે. Salams, મારું નામ અમ્માર કાચવાલા છે અને thanks for tuning in to this video of Al-Tijaarat Al-Raabehah interview series. આજે આપના સાથે Mustafa Bhai Safri છે from Safri Enterprises and they have not just gone back and brought in changes in their existing operations, but then ये लोग को ये next step सोचीने they have brought in next level technological advancement into their business. They have gone ahead and bought in smart LED lightings. By the way, they are into LED lightings and they are from Bombay. So without further ado, let me bring in Mustafa Bhai. Ane, how are you, Mustafa Bhai? Came so?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, Mustafa Bhai. First of all, thank you so much for joining us today and spending your precious time with us. Mustafa Bhai, before we get started, and apne deep dive kariye, can you quickly introduce yourself and what you do and what is your business all about?
Sure. My name is Mustafa Safri. As you said, we're into LED lighting based out of Mumbai. Hamari office Lohar Chalma hai, which is considered to be the electrical hub of Mumbai. And we've got go downs in other places. Dispatch biji baju se bhi thai cha. And we're primarily into wholesale of LED lighting and recently into manufacturing of LED lighting as well. So our business is almost entirely B2B. We don't do we don't do end users. We don't do any of that. We basically work with shops and showrooms and people who do project lighting. So those are basically what our customers are. Apno distribution share, we have our lights going to pretty much every part of India. We have customers in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, and we've got customers in Kashmir as well. The easternmost customer that we have is Kolkata. So it's that kind of a business model. It's not so we are very localized, but our product is very mobile. So that's what we do. In terms of our LED lighting, we were up till now we just हमें China से import करता था. And recently we have gone into manufacturing of those lights. So I would say कि हमने about 20-30% of the products हमें यहाँ in-house manufacturing करे छे Mumbai में. And over the next couple of months we'll be adding a lot more ranges to that as well. We operate under two brands basically, Neptune Lights and Enlighten. અને જે મુંબઈમાં જે પ્રોડક્ટ્સ બને છે જે આપણે પોતે બનાવે છે, so those are under the Enlighten brand and I think that's the one that's going to be growing. We're going to bring more and more in. We're hoping to expand those that side of the business, reduce our imports, go more into manufacturing. And there are a whole bunch of benefits. I think everyone's aware of it. One of the key ones is it gives you a lot more flexibility in terms of, so customers require all kinds of different kinds of LEDs, different kinds of drivers. They might want branded drivers. They might want unbranded drivers, things of that nature. So it allows us that level of customization. But also more importantly, it allows us a certain quality control. So Chinese goods, and there's this, I think anybody who works in China, every once in a while you have a lot that comes bad and then sort of that takes a toll on the goodwill of the business, and having it in house, it allows us unprecedented quality control and control all other aspects of the business. So we're in charge of our own destiny.
Perfect. I guess, Jim, as you said, right, I mean, manufacturing is the way to go, and nothing beats building up your own capabilities and building up your own muscle and serve a larger audience, and then obviously be in top of quality control, etc.
Right.
So right now, coming back to the current times where we are in, and it's not something anyone can shy away from. Biggest economies are failing, and obviously the local businesses, small medium sized businesses, all kinds of businesses hit thaya છે. So pella to mane em janu છે કે I mean before even this pandemic hit us, and was there anything of sorts which was troubling your business operations, day to day functioning, and which was something what in your mind ke આ તો મને solve કરવું જ છે, and maybe in this time did you take any step towards that, એવું કઈ step લીધું હોય કે આપણે white boarding exercise કીધી હોય to be able to solve that? So પહેલા આપણે એના પર થોડી વાત કરીએ.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we face the same problems that I think બીજા સગલા businesses face કરે છે. And that is કે once you're working in a certain તમારો એક routine આવી જાય, so it's very hard to sort of rip yourself out of that routine to look at the problems that are plaguing your company, right? And her business ने एक certain basic problems હોય છે. Like the one thing that we personally struggle with is हमारा stock. કે ભાઈ हमारे पास कोई एक product ना कितना pieces છે અને का છે, right? Not only in our godown પણ કયા godown માં, because there are multiple godowns. So that is something we always struggled with. And हमारे वास्ते struggle was even more difficult because across all our products we deal with almost I have almost 1,200 plus SKUs in lighting. So it's all kinds of lighting, right? And so you've got your panels, spotlights, downlights, floodlights, street lights. I mean, you name it, strip lights. Name har ek color hoy che, body colors are different, the light colors are different, different wattages, different size, shapes, round, square. So the SKUs are over 1,000, over 1,200. And to know, when the customer calls, कि भाई आ चीज मैंने जो है इतना piece, तो sometimes we know कि हमारे से छे के नहीं, we have a general idea, but if it's a sort of एकदम तलवार निधार चालवा जी હોય છે, तो we have to be like, I'll call you back in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then everyone tries to figure out, okay, do we have this, do we not have this, when can we fulfill those orders? So that is something we just accepted, that's the way business works. I mean, bhagdor thai, so what the one thing I've spent a lot of time in is so the good thing is I have a couple of employees who live in the factory itself. So the good thing is we focused a lot on lockdown time to take stock of each and every item, and after taking stock we package them in a way that they're easy to find, right? So we package them in cartons and we numbered the cartons and we made a packing list, so anybody can basically look at the packing list, go to the numerical, and they're all arranged in a way starting from 1 to a few hundreds, and then you can just find the carton and know what's inside, and then they cross it off that list. So we've made a system and we know exactly what we have, and we've made a list of what I like to call actionable items. Basically lights that are not in a position to be sold, they have something missing, and scratches che, kaach tuti gayu che, the LED is not working, the driver, something is there, so we need to fix it and refurbish it, kanana box fati gaya che. So those are things we need to take action on, fix it, and sort of reintroduce back into our stock so we can liquidate that. Right. So we were only able to do that because of the lockout. I mean, normal functioning it's a flurry of activity, right? Everyone is sort of in their thing, people are doing so. For my employees, obviously it is very challenging, but even for me to take out time to कि भाई आना पर focus करो stock पर, packing पर, make a new system, and people can implement on an ongoing business. Every day cartons are being ripped, things are being packed, अंदर आवे से बाहर जाए से, तो इन अंदर को to give a pause. We did, in fact, a couple of months back, we did consider that we shut down the entire business for a week and just take the hit of the losses and just redo the whole thing. Now we realize कि हमारा करवामा महीनों लगी गयो, उनके इतनू स्टॉक, इतनी आइटम पार्सल्स इतनू मिले, तो एक वीक में तो थाते ना, तो एक रीते this is alhamdulillah થયું, એક મહિનો બંધ હતું તો થયું, ને તો ના થાતે, ખૂબ બધું લાઈન પર આવ્યું. Now we know what we have and we know where it is.
Right. Yeah. I guess this is a perfect example of how can we make use of this time in terms of and in this case I guess fortune favored you as well. कि आपना पासे resources they stay within the premises as well, so
They
that
were in the
you were
premise.
able to do that. But still, एवा जो घना businesses ऐसे who cannot do it, at least they can start thinking on these lines.
Right,
When the next, let's say when the thing started, obviously day one is not going to be as busy as the day 10 after the lockdown
right,
ends. So maybe when we start off, can we start off with at least this basic activity? And I'm sure that there are ample of businesses out there they are struggle see day in day out face kari raha hai.
right, right. True.
So मैंने हम कहा कि this is this what we discussed of what you just told us.
Hmm.
Was just more of the lines of streamlining the past कि जे अपने normally चाली रही थी. But
Right.
what about the future? I mean, have you thought of something, or in this time wherein it's all at halt, हम ना कहीं नहीं चाली रही हो in terms of operationally, uh, sales, customers, marketing, nothing challenge. So have you maybe gone out of box, thought of something? Because in our brief conversation before this, you happened to mention that you guys are working something on the lines of smart lighting, IoT. So can
Right.
you tell us about that as well? That what is
Right.
that all about?
Right. Abhi, so those are the two buzzwords, smart lighting, IoT. I think people want the future belongs to lights that you don't have to switch on using a switch. Uh, there are solutions where and we also have them. We also offer where you control them through 2.4 gig with the remote control and whatnot. Then obviously people talk about where you control lights through apps, but the future basically belongs where you don't have to open your phone or pick up a remote to control lights. It basically is voice commands, right? And a lot of people have Amazon Echo at their home, and we wanted something where we could control the lights using Alexa and voice commands. So usually what happens is, I guess, briefly, if I had to explain, almost all lighting companies, including ourselves, we would basically source those technologies from China, and maybe specifically Shenzhen, which is basically the technological hub of China where all the innovation happens. Uh, but what we have had the opportunity of, we have a bunch of people that we have developed this technology in house here in India itself. And a lot of opportunities, a lot of doors have opened up. We hope to launch various products at little intervals after they've been tested. They're all prototypes are ready, but then it needs to go through a certain system of testing, and then hopefully we'll be able to launch them. But this would be the first and the only tech that I know of that is purely made in India. And the tech would be in house. It wouldn't be outsourced to an R&D company. We're actually building up an R&D division here in India itself, in Pune specifically. And it would work on a lot of things: sensor-based lights that have proximity sensors, your cabinet lights, you open them up, things of that nature. So we're building all of that in-house. Not only the lights itself, obviously we are manufacturing that here, but even any underlying technology share, the code share, the algorithm, that is also being developed here by itself, and that is going to be part of this company as well. So we're working on that. Again, that is something if business as usual hote hai, to मैं इतना time ना पी सकते हैं. The engineers who are working on this, ये लोगों इतना time ना पी सकते हैं. And that whole process of reverse engineering and coding and finding out your mistakes and fixing them, that whole je thayu, like I went through many days where every day for like an hour and a half to 2 hours I would be on the phone trying to figure these things out. तो ये नॉर्मल बिजनेस डेज में ना था ते नॉर्मली अपने आई थिंक सगला घरे आवे छे सांजे ने थाकेला होय छे. We can't really think of like what the future is. And we are very confident that is what the future holds in terms of lighting and other consumer side automation. So I think with that same technology we're hoping to control other home devices like AC, geyser, fans, but also we're looking at some industrial automation as well, end of line testing, things of that nature. So we're excited about the future, and we're hopeful things work out. And I think inshallah pretty soon we'll be launching some new tech-based solutions which will be entirely developed by us, not by Shenzhen, China.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's And it's
Right.
just because everyone was free and everyone was on the same platform.
Right, right. Uh, I mean, as you rightly pointed out, कि हमना if what I picked up, if business as usual होते, you would
Hmm.
not have got the chance to do it. And I
Right.
guess that's where the opportunity lies. कि अपने घनी चीजों से हमना जे अपने पहला maybe I don't know, we need to just recall कि ये वक्त
Hmm.
कितना thoughts ये maybe अपने कहीं से कि wild thoughts अपने आया से in a
Right.
time.
Never had time to take action.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But
Just
हमना
ideas in your head. Yeah.
yes. So I guess this is a time wherein all these things can be actioned upon. And
Right.
what we saw in your case, it's actually taking a shape of a product, and you're thinking of now how to launch it. So it's a completely all together different
Right.
dimension you're entering into. And I'm sure them exciting has a to
Yeah.
be test it out in full fledged market, launch it in the market and see how does it go.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Interesting. Interesting. So, Mustafa Bhai, I mean, now we spoke of the past, we spoke of the future, but then uh, obviously, up which is on under there is the customer side of it as well, which
Right.
post the lockdown, they you will have the first things we have to start working with are the same set of people who we were working with. So
Right.
I mean, what are you doing? Apsu Kariraya show to be able to stay in touch with them. Are you spending time with them? Are you talking to them? Apne, are you constantly in touch with them? So, what is that you're following in this
Sure.
time? And so if you can throw some lights on that.
Sure. I mean, I think the biggest fear अपने सगला ने जे one of the concerns that we have is कि as every day passes by, अपना customers से distance बढ़तु जाए शे अपना बचवा. Because normally during business you're in touch almost a couple of times a week. Now, unfortunately, I'm at fault. I handle a lot of phone calls. That part of it's too much. I handle close to over 200 calls a day, and almost 90% of our calls are about 15-20 seconds or less, right? So that never gave us the opportunity to develop a one-on-one relationship with the customer. And we understand that koi bhi business hoye, foundation is its customer base, right? Loyal customers who would promote you instead of others. So I think Vakatma, what I've done is I've sort of set out a certain time in my day where I call existing customers and new customers. New customers, what I mean is I know them. We've talked, we've discussed, we probably had some transactions as well. हमें कहीं तो बेचान खरीदान करूँ भी शायद. But they're not regular customers. एमने के लोग बस सगला हमारा product sample हुआ ही मारू सगलो ये लोग को कोई ज़रूरत पहले दे तो ये लोगों ने ओळखू भी शोगना 4-5 वर्ष से. But I've been able to talk to them, and some of these conversations, I think the smallest call I had was like 35 minutes. Some of these had an hour, 10 minutes. And then we talk about everything from the current pandemic to politics, things of that nature. And eventually, what we do is I try and understand what they are actually doing, where they are sourcing their material. कोई भी item है जो हमारे पास भी है, पर हमारे से नहीं लेता, बीजा से ले. So try and understand केम बीजा से ले. Is it a price issue? Is it a delivery issue? What's the issue? And then I tell them, okay, if I give you the same product at the same price, would you take from me? And because we've developed a relationship through that conversation, they've been talking for an hour, they're very likely to say, "Ha, sure, tame mane aapta hoy karo." Now, to give you a perspective is we haven't added any product differentiation. There's no innovation. I'm not even giving them a better product. I'm not even giving them a better price. It's the same product they're buying at the same price. So it's again just relationships kick in, right? And it's very critical to develop those relationships. And I feel that this downtime has allowed me to sort of connect with my customers and dealers on a one-on-one basis, get to know them, get to know their families, what their lives are during these times. And I think not with the purpose of actually increasing the business, but just to get to know them, who are the people that are the foundation of my company. But I am very sure I have a list of different customers कि once the lockdown ends, we have it very planned कि exactly શું કરવું છે. And will be the tip of the spear. Will immediately लोगों सामने जो बात ही जाओ कि भाई आज चीज़ इनकी बात थी थी. Here are the samples. Joe, do you like it? And let's start. So that is something that I personally put a lot of focus on. I personally have been talking and sort of developing relationships. That again, Mumbai na gana customers છે, like Lohar Chalma, એ લોકો સાથે relationship છે, મિલવું જેલું થાય છે. પણ બીજા બધા સ્ટેટ્સમાં અને બીજા સિટીઝમાં છે ઘણા એવા કસ્ટમર્સ જેનો કોઈ દિવસ મિલો જ નથી મેં. and
right,
I don't even still till date I don't even know what they look like because ये
right,
लोग photo ये लोग ने DP पर नहीं थी.
right.
But yeah, I was able to. So I'm hopeful that within that existing customer base and within that existing product base, no new products, no new customer. Within that, I will have a good boost in my sales because घना में products ये लोग को बेचा सी लेता था. I'm hopeful that at least some of them convert ने अपना सी ले products. So ये लोगों नो billing वधी जाए महीने.
Right. I guess Jay, Kidu, the word which I picked up was relationship building, and
Right,
I guess a often अपने overlook करी जाइए छे, and more or less
right,
आपको relationship transactional थी जाइए छे, rather
right.
making it more personal
First,
based. And
right,
I guess Jay, what you've done here is sort of taken a step forward to build personal relationships. And I am sure कि आपने एक calls ना अंदर intent aim नहीं हुई कि I go and cross sell and upsell, but then
right,
the nature of that conversation
right.
somewhere
Absolutely.
takes that, because even though you are talking of all things under the sun, wherein it's you
Right,
talk about COVID, politics, everything, but then
right,
core the business chase which binds us
right,
together. And जब
right,
अपने इन पर बात करिए, so
right.
it's more or less possible that अपने ये opportunity मरी जाए कहीं ना कहीं कि अपने ये cross sell and upsell करी सके. So
Right.
that's a very great thing which you guys have been able to do. So right, I see that we're close to 20 minutes into conversation and time to wrap this up. So before अपने close करिए, uh, is there any conclusive message जे आपने असगला viewers वास्ते छे which you want to pass on to the community as well?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess to everyone, we're all in this boat together. I think it's just natural to feel scared and apprehensive and anxious. I think I know people that are very, very anxious about, what the post COVID-19 world order will be. And I think it's just natural. I think I would be lying if I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. But I think as Muminin, especially being in Shedullah and Molani Khas je nazarat che વેપારીઓ પર કરકે because I'm sure આ બધું આ વાત પહોંચે જ છે તો એક બુરહાન મોલાનું એક બયાન હતું કે જેમાં ફરમાયું હતું કે મારી દુઆ તમારી કેપિટલ છે એમ તો a lot of times people worry about their capital being degraded payments આવશે કે નહીં આવે અને I think મોલાની દુઆ છે શેરુલ્લાના અંદર આપણે જે ઇબાદત કરી રહ્યા છે અને we're very uniquely positioned કે જે બી થશે ખેર થશે અને અછૂત થશે and there might be, once things open up, there might be some interim glitches. 2020 was going to be a tough year for almost anybody, but in the long term જે બી થયું અછૂત થયું અરબમાં ખેર ઇન્શાલ્લાહ જે બી થયું ખેર થયું એમ અને આના અંદર it gives so many opportunities for everyone to rethink and re-innovate their entire business model. We've even gone through all the customer list ને એમાં કોના સાથે આપણે આગળ ફ્યુચરમાં કામ કરવું છે કોના સાથે નથી કરવું એ બી આપણું ઘણું ક્લિયર થયું કે ભાઈ આ લોકોના પેમેન્ટ સ્ટ્રક્ચર્સ એવું છે કે આપણે એ લોકો સાથે નહીં જ કામ કરી શકે because so we even find out we even wean off certain weeds હોય ને weeds ઉગી ગયા હોય ભાઈ આ લોકોને હવે ઉધારી છે ઇતના પૈસા બાકી છે કેમ બી કરીને આનું તમામ કરીએ અને we focus on a much cleaner and a much more streamlined business model. So
Right.
I think this જે ઘણી વાર ચાલતું હોય કે ચાલે છે ચાલવા દો કેમ આને આ કરવું પણ હવે there will be I think everyone is going to see કે જે લોકોએ relationships maintain કર્યા છે એટલે अपने customer સાથે પણ even people that maintain relationships with the vendor payments એ લોકો time to time આપી દેતા હતા and whatnot so those were the ones that will be preferred. Again, there's a lot of speculation of when things are open up. I think everybody agrees it's going to be a buyer's market. Not everybody is on board that I feel that there will be an element of a seller's market because factories have been shut for many months. China has been shut. The ports have been shut. Nothing's coming. So I think there will be a supply shock.
Right.
Supply chains will be disrupted. So I think the ones that have maintained that relationship with their vendors will always have preferential treatment, preferential supply, and preferential pricing.
Right.
And everything. I'm doing that. I'm sure a lot of others are also thinking about આના સાથે આગળ કામ કરકે આવા વખતમાં આપણે એ લોકોએ બેસિકલી પેમેન્ટ અટકાવી દીધું બધું આ કરી કાઢ્યું તો એવી ઘણી ચીજો છે કે આપણે એ જોઈને I think જે બી થશે the post will never go back to what it used to be.
Right.
Nobody will.
Right.
I think the post જે બી when we come out of this મોલા ઇન્દુઆસી મોમિની ને આપણે will all આપનું better થશે will grow exponentially.
Right.
I'm very
Sure.
confident.
I mean, we all look forward to that, definitely. And as you rightly said, that the next normal will not be as the previous normal. So, in a lot of
Right,
changes, we're going to see घना बड़ा उतार चढ़ाव बदलाव जो हम आवश्य. But then
right,
it's what we do during this time will kind of make or break how
right.
our next normal looks like.
Uh,
So, thank you, Mustafa Bhai, for sharing all of it, what you have done with us, with our viewers. And I'm sure there are घना बड़ा points છે, ઘना बड़ा चीजों છે, which we can start, even if we જે આપણો time ગયું છે, એ ગયું. But આ
mhm.
દિનોમાં, જે આવવાવાળા દિનોમાં આપણા પાસે time in hand છે, even if we apply few things from this discussion, I'm sure a lot of us can flourish in leaps and bounds. અને
Right.
thank you for sharing all of it with us and taking
Thank you for
out the
having me.
time for connecting with us.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best for your next journey, and we wish to see your smart lighting, your IoT solution growing leaps and bounds. And then again, પછી આપણે આ interview નું part 2 કરશું, જहाँ પર you will share the success story of
Uh,
how did you took it
yeah,
to the market and how it's growing. We
definitely.
look forward to that.
Sure.
And thank you everyone for joining us today. And Khuda Hafiz. And please ensure that you subscribe this YouTube channel. And we'll keep bringing you such stories going forward. So stay tuned. Khuda Hafiz.